Hi, everybody. Mrs. Host is back with her book, The Truth About Bats. All right. I'm hoping to get through one or two more chapters today. In our first chapter, we learned about Ms. Frizzle and her class. They were just about to get on the magic school bus to go to California to learn about bats. In chapter 2, very soon the bus jet was above the clouds. Miss Frizzle was wearing a jumpsuit with pictures of a pink-eared bat, the famous spotted bat of Yosemite. Most of us were enjoying the ride. Phoebe was biting her fingernails and looking nervous. We'd studied bats before, but some of us still believed that they were scary. Me, I think they're cool from a distance. I like the way they rest hanging upside down with their wings folded around them. For bats, upside down is right side up. Phoebe had some funny ideas about bats. Who can tell what a bat will do? She said. I heard a story about a woman who was out walking in broad daylight, and a stupid blind bat flew right into her hair. Keisha laughed. That's just a story. Bats aren't blind, they can see fine. But for most kind of bats, vision isn't as important as the other senses. And there's another big reason why that story must be made up, Arnold said. Tell her, Miss Frizzle. Bats don't accidentally fly into things, Phoebe, the Frizz said. They have built-in sonar that helps them get around, even in the dark. I know about sonar, Wanda said. Bats make clicking sounds as they fly through the air. The clicks are ultrasonic, meaning they are too high pitched for humans to hear. The clicks bounce off every object around, no matter how small, and they echo back to the bat. That's how they are able to go hunting for food at night. You got it, Wanda, Miss Frizzle said. There are a lot of myths about bats. Miss Frizzle told us people did not know much about them in the old days. Bats are so mysterious that people still believe a lot of myths, but they're not true. What is an echo by Wanda? An echo is a reflection of sound. Location is the act of locating or finding where something is. So echolocation is the act of finding something by the echoes it makes. And don't forget that most bats are night animals, Tim said. They are just going to sleep when we get up. There's no way a little bat would be out flying around in broad daylight. Oh, yeah, Phoebe said. If that's true, how are we going to see this famous spotted bat? From the desk of Miss Frizzle. Bats, whales, and dolphins, how are they alike? The way that bats use ultrasonic sounds to locate objects around them is called echolocation. Whales and dolphins are two other kinds of mammals that use echolocation. Their sound waves go through the water, while the bat's sound waves go through the air. Do we get to stay up late? Keisha asked. We sure do, Keisha, Miss Frizzle announced. We're going to camp out, so we will be right at the scene. Oh, good. I love to go camping, Phoebe smiled for once. At last, there was something about this trip she was looking forward to. Suddenly, the bus jet started beeping. It's the barometer, Miss Frizzle explained. It says we're flying over a large colony of cave-dwelling bats. This is something we have to see. Miss Frizzle pushed a few buttons on the control panel. Overhead, we heard a thit sound like a helicopter's blades. The Frizz had turned our jet into a helicopter. She set the bus copter down on a flat rock. Here are your Bat Explorer kits, Miss Frizzle gave everyone a pack with a hard hat, a flashlight, and a pair of boots. Hurry up now, she called. It's our turn at bat. From the desk of Miss Frizzle. For bats, night is right. Why nighttime is a good time for a bat to be out and about. Number 1. Its thin wings would get hot in the sun and cause the bat to lose too much water. 2. There are lots of insects around to eat, and hardly any other nighttime insect eaters except maybe some spiders. In the daytime, bats would have to compete with birds for food. There are few dangers for the bat at night. Owls and snakes are its biggest problems. Kids, it's time we found out the truth about bats. We'll continue on to chapter 3. Halfway up a mountain ridge, we came upon a large dark hole. Cool, said Tim. Let's see what's inside. I'll wait out here, Phoebe announced. There's no way I'm going in there. I'm with you, Arnold said, and Wanda said at the same time. And there's Daisy coming to read the story with us. Come on, You guys, said Keisha. We have our flashlights and we'll all be together. There's nothing to be afraid of. Except man-eating bats, Phoebe said. Yeah, Arnold told Keisha. Why don't you go in and tell us all about it if you come back alive? Miss Frizzle put on a hard hat with a headlamp on it. Follow me and stay quiet, she said. D.A. took Phoebe's hand and pulled her into the tunnel behind Miss Frizzle. The rest of us followed. Where do bats hang out? By Arnold. Bats like to hang out in the dark, quiet places. Some choose caves, others find good roosting places in trees, barns, or attics of houses. It sure was spooky. Our flashlights made little circles of light on the walls of the tunnel, but we were surrounded by darkness. The air was damp and much cooler. I felt goosebumps peeking out all over my arms and legs. The tunnel opened up and we found ourselves deep in the cave. Come on, Phoebe. It's spooky in there. Yuck, Carlos said. What's this stuff we're stepping in? That's bat guano, D.A. said. Good thing we have these boots. You can say that again, Carlos said. What is bat guano by Carlos? Bat guano is another name for bat poop. Bat guano can be used to make fertilizer for plants. Bat guano is rich in nitrogen, a chemical that helps plants grow. Ah, this looks like the bat sleeping quarters, Miss Frizzle said. She looked up and the headlight on her hard hat lit the ceiling. It was covered with bats, hundreds of them, hanging upside down. Uh-oh, Miss Frizzle said. Those are gray bats up there, an endangered species, and some of them are only half-grown pups. This must be a nursery colony. We have to get out of here. We didn't know why the Frizz was so upset, but everyone turned around and followed her out of the nursery colony. Then I got an idea. It would take just a second to get a picture. I put my flashlight on the floor and aimed my camera at the ceiling. Click! The light flashed as I pushed the shutter button. Some of the bats started flapping their wings. The flash must have woken them up. I turned around and ran, but I had left my flashlight in the cave. I couldn't see a thing. I took a few steps and bumped right into a wall. I didn't know which way to turn, so I did the only thing I could think of. Help! Help! I yelled. Help! Help! The cave echoed back. No one came. I was alone in the cave full of bats. And we'll continue with chapter 4 the next time I see you. Hope everybody's doing good. See you soon.